Hey everyone, it's Angel again. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, and so I thought it would be a good time to do an updated flip through of my Macaroni box junk journal and just kind of chat with you guys. Before I get started though, I wanted to just do a little catch up. So if you are not interested in chit chat, and you just want to get to the flip through, I will put the timestamp right here for you guys. So yeah, I got my so I have my tea here, and I thought it would be fun to just do like a little chat with you guys, since I mean, I'm sure I don't need to tell you what's going on in the world. We all know what's going on in the world. We can't turn our TVs off. We are all under a lot of stress and worry right now. Our routines have changed. There's a pandemic going on, and yeah, so just to let you guys know, yeah, and I don't even know how to start talking to you guys about the pandemic. I'm sure it's all on our minds, and I just hope that everyone is doing well, being safe, and that your family and loved ones are all safe and healthy, and stay that way, and that we're all taking the advice of our medical professionals, are and just being safe, keeping doing our social distancing, and washing our hands, and just taking care of ourselves and each other just by doing that. So yeah, so that being said, I just want to let you know, I know it's been a really long time since I made this video, and or since I made a video, and I actually yeah, I had probably maybe 20 different clips of maybe altogether 4 or 5 different videos that were ready to edit and ready to upload, that I ended up actually just deleting just now, actually. And I know I kind of regret it, but at the same time it was the right thing for me to do, just because the thought of editing all these videos, it was just too daunting for me, and it was just like it just felt funny because here I was making a bunch of junk journals and chatting with you guys about my dogs and the weather and all that stuff, and this was from a month ago or even a week ago, before a lot of this stuff was happening, and it just felt very, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. And it's fine, I've got tens of thousands of other ideas of videos to do for you guys, especially now while we're all kind of in quarantine. So I hope you guys understand that, and I know I don't have like 1,000 followers, but I do have a few of you who really like what I do here, and I appreciate that, and I want to give you guys what you want. So now that I've said that, one of the reasons why I hadn't been doing any videos is because I kept well, in January I got really sick. I had a sinus infection, and then in February and up until now, my husband and I were both having problems with what I thought was a chest cold. As far as I know, we hadn't we haven't been tested. Well, not as far as I know, but so far we had not been tested for COVID-19. So don't worry about that. I mean, we hadn't been tested. Wait, how can I say this? So, okay, so for the month of February and up until now, actually, my husband and I had both been ill with what we thought was a chest cold. We were never tested for COVID-19. So if you're wondering, oh, do they have it or does she have it? Like, to be honest, I don't know. It could be either way. I mean, who knows? My husband had been having to fly into the San Francisco airport for his work in Silicon Valley, and both times he flew. Well, this past time was in February, when he came home about 5 days later. He came down with what I thought was a chest cold. 5 days later, I became sick with the exact same thing as what he was having. He went to the doctor because he was suffering a lot more than I was. He was tested for flu and strep, and those were both negative. He was not tested for COVID-19, not offered a test. We didn't ask for one. This was, I want to say, in the beginning of, not the beginning of February, but yeah, around the first or second week of February. And we had already heard about what was going on, in other parts of the world. So we were concerned about it, but like I said, he wasn't tested, I wasn't tested. I mean, we weren't in this, panic situation that we're in right now. So, like I said, whether or not we had it or have it, we don't know. We're always very careful when we're sick about not exposing other people. But as of now, of course, we're okay, we're fine. You can see I'm better. I'm still kind of coughing here and there, but, practicing my social distancing as usual that I would be doing even if I wasn't coughing. Yeah, I don't want to say that just to alarm you guys or, make you guys think like, oh my God, she has it. But, because as far as I know, I don't, and I plan to stay that way. But yeah, you just never know. And for all I know, it could have just been a really bad chest cold. Although, like I said, our symptoms matched exactly what was going on, and we were smart enough to self-quarantine. We're still self-quarantining, and yeah. So, and I hope you guys are doing the same. And like I said, staying healthy. I wish all of you guys and your families good health, and that we can all just get through this and come out stronger. And so yeah. Anyway, so now that I've said all that, so that was one of the reasons why I'm only letting you know that, not to scare you or make you feel like you need to be worried about me or worried about anything in any way at all. That was one of the reasons why I was not making any videos. I couldn't. I could barely make, words come out of my mouth without coughing and wheezing and all that. It's only been the past couple weeks that my husband and I are actually feeling better. Although, like I said, there's still a little bit of residual asthma that I usually get when I have a regular cold anyway. So, like I said, it's highly likely that that's just what I had. I mean, I don't, but at the same time, I don't know. None of us know. But, yeah. Anyway, let me get to the flip through. So, because I really love this journal, and I'm kind of ready to give it a little bit of rest. It's as I get into it, you will see that there's still a lot of real estate left in here. But this journal has been loved for a long enough time for me to take a little break from it. And if I come back to it, I will likely do it on camera here with you guys. So yeah, but before I get started, let me ask you guys, since we're all under so much stress and worry and uncertain about the future and worried about our families and our grandmas and our grandpas and our babies and our brothers and sisters and all that, and our friends and neighbors, what are you guys doing to kind of quiet your mind? I can tell you one thing that I do is I kind of limit the amount of time that I watch the news. I just kind of, maybe I'll give myself a half an hour in the morning and then maybe a half an hour in the evening. If at all, maybe just a half an hour in the evening, just to see what's going on in the world. And then other than that, I just kind of leave it alone. I spend time outside with my dogs in the backyard, even just, sitting and listening to birds. I haven't really been doing that much art because I've just been way too distracted, but, listening to music, binge watching stuff on Netflix, exercise, just things like that. Anything that I can do just to quiet my mind. And so I was wondering, what else you guys do to kind of bring yourself into, neutral when things are just getting a little bit too much for your heart. Yeah, so yeah, let me know what you guys are doing down below. I'm very curious to know. So let me get to this flip through. So as I've told you guys ad nauseum, this is the exact dimensions of a Kraft macaroni and cheese box, the powder kind. I had originally wanted to use the box itself, I was trying to, I think I was trying to pull it apart so that it wouldn't be so thick, and then I could put some scrapbook paper on it, so that it, you know, I could fold it and it wouldn't be so thick. And I had all of these. Well, I had two of these signatures already cut out and ready to sew in. But when I was pulling it apart to make it thinner, it just kind of fell apart. And so I thought, I don't want to you know, waste these signatures, and so I just glued two pieces of scrapbook paper together into the same dimensions of the macaroni box, and glued the signatures in, you know, like that. But I'm still going to call it my macaroni box junk journal, because that's what it was, you know, originally supposed to be. And if you've sent me stuff, I thank you so much. I've used it, especially you, Nina. I've used so much of what you've sent me, and you'll recognize some stuff that you. I have 3 envelopes ready to go for Karen, Nina, and Hisa, and I will get them to you as soon as possible. And you know, I don't know when. Who knows when we're all going to be able to return to normal life, but we will return to normal life, you guys. Maybe not exactly as it was before. It will be a new normal, but this is all going to pass. I know it. We just have to, you know, be smart, stick together, be positive, and we're going to be okay, you guys. I know it. I pray it. And yeah, so let me get off my my little soapbox. So it's just paint, you know, scraps from when I was making little drawers to put my my markers in, clippings from a local magazine, doily, punch cuts. This is scrapbook paper and some acrylic markers. This is from a little Golden Books encyclopedia. And yeah, I mean, you can see there's a lot of work that I can do in here. There's still a lot of stuff that I can do, but it just, like I said, I've been working in here and loving this journal so much that I kind of just need like a little break. So yeah, some portrait doodles, some music lyrics on a little cutout of a keyboard tag. I think this is acrylic paint, marker, India ink, and then my Jane Davenport color sticks, which I love. I need to use more often. Some tea wrappers, tea tag, washi tape, magazine cutouts. I think this is, I think somebody sent me some embroidery floss, and this was the wrapper around it. I don't know, I just liked it. This page I love so much. This was originally like a watch face. I mean, you could probably even still see if I show you guys really close, because you can see it through the paint. So that was a watch face, and it just looked funny. So I don't even remember how or why, but I ended up making it into a little badass chick. So yeah, and then some scraps that I made into like a little flip up with some doodles of some girls with wings, some nudes or something. I don't know. Some scrap ribbon left over, little sticker. This is color sticks, ink. I think just color sticks and ink on some tea-dyed paper. This was a tag that I didn't really like. I felt like it was too, I don't know, it looked too graphic, not graphic. It looked too designy for me, if that makes sense. I kind of like things to look messy, and this just looked too nice and neat. So I just colored over it and glued it on there. I'm sure I'll glue something over it eventually. And so I have this little tag that I made out of, I think it was some flip-flops that I bought, and this says, "Give me back my damn thermos." And the reason I said that is because it's, I don't know, it's kind of a joke that I made to myself that I'm really not ready for winter to be over. Of course, now we're in spring, but I'm not ready for warm weather yet. And, you know, when I think of a thermos, I think of like coffee and hot drinks and things to keep you warm, you know, while you're outside being cold. And so that's just what I was thinking when I wrote, "Give me back my damn thermos." So yeah, so this is wrapping from an Incredible ink pen, which I'm really not a big fan of. I kind of regret buying. That's probably the first time I've ever bought a Jane Davenport product and I didn't like it, but it may just be because I don't know how to use it properly. I'm not sure. A little pocket that I made with something one of you guys sent me, and then some little things to put in there. And this is lyrics to a song, my puppy's sleepy time song, a prayer, which you know, can never have too much prayer. Some face doodles to put in there, and I think there's a little pocket here, but I don't really use it. I don't think I do. Another little pocket with a little tag, unfinished tag, a little flip up. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like just because the colors alone are pretty, this was like a plastic-y tag that came with something like electrical that I bought, I think a charger, and I put alcohol ink on it. That's how I got that really pretty, you know, psychedelic effect. A little doodle of a girl wearing a bikini. I was trying to make it look like she was walking, but then it looked weird, so then I kind of drew these lines in to kind of make it look like, you know, she was sitting down with her legs crossed instead. I don't know why. I've told you guys the story about my best friend mooning someone who was picking on us on his bicycle when we were really young. Yeah, if I haven't told you guys, I know I've told you guys, but if you haven't told the story, I mean, if you haven't heard the story, I'll put the link in the description below to the video where I tell it, and I'm sure I'll tell you guys another time. It's one of my favorite stories. A little doodle of an owl that I don't know, because this design on this paper had like little doilies on it. The little doilies to me looked like owl eyes, and I don't know why. I just felt like drawing an owl, and I don't know why I gave my owl one little foot, one big foot, but I thought it was cute. And then I wrote some French phrases that my husband later on told me grammatically are not correct, but so what? So what? A little tag that I made out of this, I guess this is a chrysanthemum. I don't know what kind of flower this is, but I made it into a tag, and I doodled a little puppy on it that, you know, incoincidentally looks like my puppy. I don't know if I said that. Looks like Mouser. So little restaurant check that I crossed out, and I put reality check, and then I just put a bunch of you know, just things, funny things to say. You and me at that swinging place. I just felt like, I don't know, the kind of dreamy look on her face matched this lighthouse. So this is like a little pocket that I made, and I put like 3 things in it, and then a little not really a poem, I don't know, something that I wrote about hair. People with hair. You can read it, and if you want to, I don't know if you can read it. I'm trying to look up my monitor if you can read it, but I kind of made that up. And you know, the raven rules the roost, and that's because my mom has black hair, or at least she did when I was growing up. And you know, who other rules the roost other than, you know, our mother, especially if you know my mom. So I had this little cutout of Zoe Kravitz that I thought was, I don't know, I just thought it was cute and I liked it. And I glued some paper on the back and kind of made like a funny little, just something funny about my pants, my favorite camouflage, comfy loungy pants. This little embellishment that was sewed on it had come off, and I just wanted to keep it just because it was pretty. I don't know. And, you know, make a little something dedicated to my favorite comfy pants, right? I mean, you know, that's what a junk journal is for, right? Putting little somethings and nothings. And so this was supposed to be a girl submerged in water, you know, relaxing in a bathtub, but it kind of just really ended up looking like a girl with blue hair, which is fine with me. You know, I just thought it was pretty. And then you're going to see this a lot, you know, in forever on my channel. I'm constantly reminding myself to change out the sugar water for my hummingbirds. Little doodle on some scrap paper that I had lying around, and I don't know why I named her Loretta, but I did. She looks like a Loretta, right? She looks like a Loretta. And then I just left it kind of blank so that I can, you know, work on it a little more in the future if I want to, or not. This, I actually just put this here this morning. I'll put something in there now. Right? Just put something in there right now. I'll leave it like that so I know that it's a pocket. So this is some really pretty paper that I got in Daphne's diary, I believe. And I had some leftover paint on a Q-tip, and so I just, you know, dotted it. I had a little doodle sketch on this leftover scrap paper, and it kind of looked like I don't know, like a forest spirit, you know, or like a little spirit in the woods. And then I wrote hush, just because I feel like, you know, when you're in the forest and it's beautiful, you should, you know, just be quiet. I don't know why I thought that. I just did. So this page I like a lot of cutouts. I got this from one of you guys. I'm guessing it's from the wrapping to a sewing pattern. That's what it looks like. I would totally wear that dress too. I wish I had the pattern. This, I kind of wanted this to look like a purse, you know, kind of. So it's like open it and then it looks like that, right? So I have a couple of things, just unfinished things in here. A little doodle of a nice little face. And then this spread right here is dedicated to my car, which my husband and I call the Fraggle Stick car. If you have seen that movie, or if you haven't seen the movie Bad Santa, because I got a Volkswagen Tiguan. It was my Christmas present from my husband. You know, sort of. I mean, we've been married for over 20 years. We've always only had one car, so I've never had my own car. I mean, I've never had my own car ever. And so for this year, we decided we would, you know, have two cars. So he would have his own car, and then I would have my own car. And mine, I called it the Fraggle Stick car. And if you haven't seen that movie, Bad Santa, or if you have actually, then you'll know what the Fraggle Stick car is. Well, actually, you won't know. I don't think anybody knows what a Fraggle Stick car is, but that's what I call my car. And yeah, so I just dedicated this spread to all the places that I wanted to go in my Fraggle Stick car. I even doodled it. So yeah, I love my car. I love my car, you guys. It's my very first car that's just mine. You know, that's just mine. I don't have to share it with anybody. It's mine. So this page is kind of, you know, my husband, even though he doesn't wear a tie. So his car is the Fox car, L. L in parentheses, because he has like a, you know, really cool, sleek, you know, guy's car, and so we call it the Fox car. And then here's like a little love note that I wrote to him. I stapled it because he's not allowed to read it until later, you know, not right now. Later on, he can read it. And then just some doodles and some cutouts. This page I'm pretty sure I did with you guys on camera. I love it because it's, you know, purple and yellow, lavenders, and just all kinds of cool things going on here, and I really like it. This is a doodle, I think. Well, obviously it's a doodle. I used alcohol ink marker and I think watercolor, right? I don't know. I know for sure this is alcohol ink. This is on a doily, and I glued some wax paper, I think, on it just to make it a little bit more durable, you know, a little stronger. And I kind of, I don't know why I folded it over. Why did I fold it over? I just did. I don't know why. I just did. Tea wrapping, of course, tag, little sticker I got, label sticker I got from the dollar store, fussy cutout, beautiful artwork that I got out of a magazine. This is a pocket, and this is actually a double pocket because I can put something here, and then I can also put something here. This is dedicated to fruit, I guess. Fruit, I don't know. And yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this tag. What did you dream of? And then some mushrooms. Some leftover sticker. I don't know what that was from. Some wrapping from something that I bought. I was watching an old movie with Kate Blanchett, Elizabeth, and one of her suitors, the Duke of Anjou, was, you know, at the time I was doing this, you know, had said, I am Anjou, and I don't know why I wrote that down, because this is an Anjou pear, this little pear that I got from a box that was from a big box of pears that I bought, actually. I wanted this to look like a kimono, but of course it does not. I mean, it kind of does enough. My little doodle here, and then these little scrap cutouts. And I wrote itadakimasu, which is what you say in Japan before you eat. It's kind of like the equivalent of bon appetit. I think it literally translates into I receive, you know, or something like that. And then I wrote dozo. I thought I would write down a bunch of Japanese phrases on here just because this is, you know, kimono, but I forgot. I'll do that later. Then I had this tag, and it said guest check, and I put white out on it, and it says gut check instead. Then I wrote a quote by Anais Nin. Nin. I don't know how to say her name. I have a really bad French accent when I try to speak French, you guys. I do my best, and I do okay, but, you know, I'm not the best at it. Another quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, which I feel like really goes well with the times we're in, or any times we're in. And then this is from, I think, a restaurant receipt that I was doodling on while we were waiting for a table at La Plaza in Palm Springs. And I just glued it on there. And I think, are we close to being done? Yeah, so this is another doodle, and a little pocket here with a Tim Holtz, little Tim Holtz cutout, die cut. What are these called? Whatever. Thingamajingies. Little marker drawing of, like, I feel like I'm gonna make her into like a rocker chick, you know, since I've got the electric guitar right here. I know she looks like a little girl, and she is a little girl, and a little girl can be a rocker chick, you know. You don't have to be an adult to be a rocker, right? And so that's the last page. Isn't this pretty? This is like a tea, like from a tea wrapper, like tea that I'm actually drinking, you know, right now. And I just thought, wow, that's really pretty. So I glued it in. This is a library card folder, and I just doodled a little doodle on it, and oops, and then wrote my dog's names on it. They're funny little names that I call them. I'm sure I will work on this some more, But yeah, so that's the end of my little flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'm going to be putting this one away for now. I have another journal that I'm working on, and I've got actually 3 journals that I made. I'll show you guys real quick right now. I made, while I was sick, I was trying to get 3 sort of Valentine-ish journals completed in time to send out to one of you guys, or 2 of you guys, or 3 of you guys for Valentine's Day. And I was late to the bus, you know, as usual. But this time, in my defense, it was because I was really sick, and I'm better now. But now that I'm kind of putting this one away, I'm actually thinking about keeping one of these and you know, sending out the 2 that are left, and working on one of these with you guys, at least moving into it. So that'll be coming up soon. I'll do a flip through of these these 3 and show you guys what's in here really soon. I'm really proud of these. They're so super cute, these cute little junk journals. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. And yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed my flip through. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. I can't say enough how much I am wishing and praying for all of you and all of us, that we get through this. And I know that we'll get through this and come out of it. And yeah, I'm not good at that, right? I'm not good at giving comfort, I don't think. But I just want you to know, if you're watching, if you're out there watching and you're worried, or you're scared, or you're you know, you're feeling alone and isolated, that you know, I'm thinking about you and praying with you, and yeah, and so leave me a comment below and tell me how you're feeling, and even if it's something bad. And yeah, so let's all be there for each other, you guys, as much as we can, because times are tough right now. So yeah, thank you for watching. Keep doing your art. You know, take care of yourself. You know, love your family. Skype with them, FaceTime with them, call them, text them. You know, let's be there for each other, you guys, and get through this together and pray together. And if you don't pray, that's fine too. You know, think good thoughts. Send them out into the universe, and reach out to each other, and yeah, let's do our part, you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys really soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Bye, y'all.